Hello, and welcome to the We Recommend podcast. This is a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here and listen to us discuss. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
And dance magic dance, because this week we recommend Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
So, this movie is your recommendation.
It was.
I want to know,
Why?
how old were you the first time you saw this?
So this is the movie came out in 1986, I think.
Mhm,
I was
something like that.
when we're talking about in
It's 37 years old.
the beginning of the VCR era,
Yeah.
right? So when I went to my dad's, my parents are split
Clarence,
up.
yep.
They I had three movies to choose from.
Mhm.
One was Dirty Dancing.
Yep.
One was Footloose.
Okay, so far we're good.
And then it was The Labyrinth. And as a child, and even as an adult today, I would still choose The Labyrinth over
Really?
those other two.
I think I may choose Dirty Dancing over those two.
I don't know.
But this movie definitely rules.
But I always,
The crazy thing is, those three movies that you listed are all wild. I mean, Dirty Dancing is relatively normal, I guess, until there's like a random like abortion scene,
oh yeah,
like or like plot line like added in, which is kind of weird. It's like, oh, where'd this come from? Footloose has this, I don't know, abusive
Super-
father
oh, yeah.
randomly in the
Yep.
middle of where he like slaps his daughter, and it's so dark.
really weird.
It's like, what are we talking about? And it's just an insane movie in itself. There's a
Yeah,
tractor like fight or whatever.
yeah.
I guess they're playing chicken. And then this movie, you got Bowie, a grown man,
Going after
trying to seduce her.
trying to date rape this young
Yeah.
woman. But it also has puppets.
That's true.
Which is the only child friendly thing out of any of these movies, I think. But so
Yeah.
I think that's what drew me, because all the other movies my dad had were like ninjas. They had the word ninjas in the title.
Mhm. Three
And,
ninjas.
Like no,
Three ninjas strike
These
back.
were more like ninjas.
Three
plus
ninjas with
blood.
Hulk Hogan.
No, these are like the Valentine's Day Massacre, or like with ninjas or something.
Yeah, the Valentine
Yeah,
Day
You've seen that
Ninja
movie.
Massacre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ninja movies.
I didn't have a, but I did love this movie, and it's what made me love puppets today.
Yeah, so you saw this before Muppets?
I did.
Wow.
Super creeped out by it as a kid, but I ended up liking it a lot.
Because technically everything, do we call these Muppets?
No, not Muppets, just puppets.
But they're Muppets.
Fucking asshole.
Sorry. I will say the design of the goblins rule.
It does roll.
Because in the right lighting in this film, it's very creepy. Like
Yeah,
when they're
it's
running
dark.
around and she's in the room with them looking for Toby, it's so kind of creepy. It's like, they're running, they're skittering.
God.
I think I have a fear of small things.
They are small.
Chucky,
I guess.
I don't like frogs.
Oh yeah.
I think a big frog, I'll be like, okay, I can stay away from
I
it.
don't
It's
know,
the
man.
fact that you can just turn a corner and be like, oh, there's a frog or goblin or Chucky.
One of these three things will
It's just
definitely be
weird because, like, I don't know.
there. No, I get it.
But they're also cute AF.
Yeah.
So, but
Uh,
because this was the first.
I kind of want to do a deep dive into your history with small frogs.
Oh,
You know what?
Do you actually want to know
No,
what
that's a
happened
different
with the
episode.
frogs?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
So, as a child, I'd lay in my backyard, just kind of like look
No,
up.
This is already
You know,
creepy.
whenever you're like laying and looking up at the sky and like it's bright, so you're like, I'd close one eye, and when I do that, like
Okay.
I'd also have my mouth wide open
love
because
this.
I
I
know,
like where this is going.
I'm making a face, closing my eye and opening my mouth.
Sure.
So when I was a child, a frog jumped in my mouth. It was terrible.
That's so awesome.
I hate it. I think about it quite often. And I will never like frogs. And that's my, and ever since then, just, that me and frogs, I meet them on the street. I run away in fear.
Oh, your trauma is so humorous.
It's like spiders, cool. Don't want them on me, but whatever.
No, man.
Snakes, just slither away, dog.
Frog? That frog might jump in your mouth.
Well, it's kind of, they're similar to spiders, right? So you have spiders, you'll see a spider.
Yeah,
it'll just be on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing you know, it's like skitters away. It's like, what are your plans? What's your intention, spider? Why were you so content staying still? And now you're gone. It's the same with a frog. You'll watch a frog. It'll be still. You can watch it an hour and it won't move. Next thing you know, that guy's gone. And you're like, that could be on me. That could be chasing after me.
Be in my mouth right now.
So it's like whenever I'm around a frog, I tiptoe. I don't want to be near it.
Oh, man.
It might get me. Might get me.
It will. But you know what? It might. You're right. The chance is never 0%.
And maybe those frogs are controlled by Jareth, played by David Bowie.
Oh, man.
So,
right.
Back to the film. Now that everybody knows my true deep dark fear.
I like this.
So, this movie was made by Jim Henson. He created Muppets. You might know him.
From the Sesame Street.
I guess he just had an idea that, like, this imagery of a baby, like, surrounded by goblins. And he thought that would be a good idea. So he teamed up with, what was his name? Brian Froud. Yeah. And they were going to like make a book out of it. Instead, they ended up creating it and making it more of a movie. Because I guess the guy that was going to write it wasn't meshing. And he just took like the designs that Henson had and kind of created essentially a storyboard with it.
That's kind of cool.
So the protagonist of the film is supposed to be 16 years old. Sarah Williams, that's her name, right? And there were a few, like 3 notable actresses that also tried to get the part for Sarah. One was Laura Dern. The Dang Dern, Jurassic Park. She's the girl in Jurassic Park. Marissa Tomei.
Oh, wow.
Meow. And Sarah Jessica Parker.
What? Dang.
Yeah. But
Sex in the Goblin City.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. But he saw like Jennifer Connelly's audition tape.
Oh.
No, be good.
He saw her. He's like, she's the moodiest butthole that I've seen today.
Man, Sarah's character sucks, doesn't it?
She does.
God, I bet as a kid, I could see loving her character and being like, yeah, I'm right there with you, girl.
Yeah.
Everybody's keeping me down.
Yeah, being a moody teen.
And watching it now, it's like, shut up, dude. You got a dope house. Your parents never go anywhere. You got to watch your tiny kid who's just going to be in the next room and you're just
your parents are like, go on dates. Like, get out of here. Or you're going to watch the kid. That's your punishment for not having a social life.
And the thing is, they literally say in the film, the stepmother, hey, look, you tell us you have plans. We don't schedule anything. We don't go out. You told us you were free, and now you're mad at me. What's up, dude?
Yeah, she's like, well, you guys go out every Friday. And they should have said, yeah, because you're a loser.
Yeah, because we don't like you, girl.
But they do like her.
Yeah.
They love her.
So the antagonist of the film, Jareth, the Goblin King. So Henson wanted just kind of a regular actor. He was going after actors like Kevin Kline. But he then got the idea that he should like cast a rock star for Jareth.
Idea.
The original people were Michael Jackson, Prince, Mick Jagger, and I think his favorite idea was Sting. But I think it was really close to it being Mick Jagger for a minute. That'd have been
wild.
I don't even understand.
Giant mouth just going everywhere.
But his kids were enjoying like the songs like "Let's Dance" by Bowie, and convinced him to be to try to get him to be in the movie. And Bowie read the script and he's like, "Okay, I'll do it. It's funny."
He's like, "Yeah, I'm weird and cool. I'll do it." But kids are terrible.
Yeah,
and they talk you into doing stuff you don't want to do.
Right.
We get it, Jim. Rip.
You okay over there, bro?
I love Jim Henson.
I do too. This just makes me want to watch all the Muppet movies. Love them.
And this movie is in the aftermath of the Crystal.
Yes, because he made Dark Crystal,
The Dark Crystal.
and it was a bomb. Like, no one watched it.
The bomb.
People didn't like it, I guess. Now it's a
liked it.
cult hit, obviously.
I liked it.
So Sarah's brother, Toby, like actual name is Toby, and because they were going to give him a different name, but
Coincidence.
he wouldn't respond to any name but Toby, so they gave him the name Toby. Brian Henson, or Jim Henson's son, Brian Henson, plays Hoggle. That's the voice of him.
No kidding.
So this film is also executive produced by George Lucas.
What?
And on the first day of shooting, he came in.
He's like, this is a Star Wars.
Where did this come from?
What are you doing here?
But he had someone dressed as Darth Vader and come up and gave Jim Henson a good luck card as Darth Vader. It was so awesome.
That's great.
All the little tricks, the ball tricks, like the crystal ball tricks, were done by a separate person who hid behind David Bowie.
Ooh.
And would put his arm in place of David Bowie's arm. And then,
he would just play with David Bowie's balls.
Yeah, he'd play with David Bowie's balls. He dropped him a lot.
And that would make him feel much more confident.
He's like, man, David Bowie's a real calm guy. I wonder why. Must be getting his balls played with.
We should all have that guy.
But I guess the guy kept dropping the balls on set because it's really hard to not see what you're doing.
You can't see it.
But David Bowie thought it was hilarious that he kept messing up.
Of course it is.
And so I don't know if you like realized how Toby is always looking like in space, like next to the camera.
Is he terrified constantly?
Well, no. So he actually loved the puppets. He loved the goblins. When the goblins weren't around, he would cry. But when they're around, he was laughing and he loved it.
That's awesome.
But he couldn't pay, he'd always want to look at the camera. So they put a puppet, like a goblin puppet with his like stuffed animal toy next to the camera and was like just shaking it. And
just like holding a knife to this stuffed animal toy, like, you better behave.
If you don't behave, I'll cut this thing off.
Toby's like, I love this guy. It's my dude.
So the magic dance scene was like a giant set piece to construct. It included like 48 Muppets, 52 puppeteers, and 8 people in goblin costumes.
Do that math.
Yeah. That'd make it 50.
No, actually do
that's 108 people. It's 108 people.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. You know, no big deal. Not as much as the helping hands wall. That thing is insane.
What? I can't wait to get to that part. I wish I just had that room in my house.
Yeah, just a bunch of hands groping.
Just like walk in there, close the door, and they're like, not again.
It's like, I would like it if they would all be able to like just carry you around and like dress you and everything. That would be dope. And so I guess on like opening night, they premiered it in England, I guess. So, and during the stench, the bog of stench or whatever, you know, you have all the little swamps farting.
Yeah.
And there was only like one person who laughed during all of that. And it turned out to be Prince Charles.
Nice.
Of royalty.
Nice. Because he knows that feeling.
He knows it.
He has his own bog of stench.
Yeah.
No, they don't tell you about that.
So I guess with the helping hand sequence, Jennifer Connelly was on a harness 40 feet up.
Oh, man.
And there were like 100 performers on the rig, like holding her up and throwing her around and doing all the hand motions. So the Ludo rig weighed over 100 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, you can't do that. It's got to be lighter. So they got it to 75 pounds. And it was operated by like 2 people and like a guy inside it. And so that he could see where to walk, they put a video camera inside of one of the horns.
Oh,
so he could look up it and watch and walk while he's watching.
Whoa.
So he knew where he was going.
That's amazing.
I know. It rules. Let's see. Anything else? Any interesting thing else? Oh, yeah. The Hoggle costume got lost in baggage.
Oh, no.
Like, in like the baggage center claim area.
Like an airport.
Unclaimed it.
Yeah.
And so in Alabama, I think it's Birmingham, I believe they have a unclaimed baggage museum. And that is where the Hoggle,
That's sick. It's still
Hoggle
there.
puppet is still there today.
What the fuck? Why didn't they reclaim it?
I don't know.
Why didn't they come back and be like, hey, wait, we're going to claim it now. It's ours.
Yeah.
We kind of did a thing with it.
I know you figure they would, but they don't. I guess it's kind of just funny.
I guess.
I think for filmmakers, something I've noticed is listening to a bunch of interviews and things like that. Seems like once people are done with the movie, like, I'm done.
They're done
It's it.
completely.
I don't want to watch it anymore.
Right.
I don't even think
'Cause
like a
it's
lot of
just work
directors
for them.
watch the premiere of their films. They just go there, they say, hey, they hop out. Once the movie's over, they come back. Things like that. I mean, they've seen it a billion times. I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like me editing the podcast. By the time it's to the Friday when I'm listening to it, when it's published, I'm like, I hate this podcast.
Right.
This is the worst thing
I
we've
don't
ever
even know.
done.
Why do you even still let me in your house?
I don't know. I don't know. I wonder the same thing. Every time you pop up, I'm like, Jason's here. Dang it. I could have just done it with
Put
my
away
dog.
the good china.
Yeah. Okay. And on a budget of $25 million, the film grossed only $34 million.
That's the plus.
Yeah, the audiences kind of rejected the film, but before Jim Henson passed, he understood that it was a cult film, and so before he died, he at least knew people loved it. Because really, he doesn't do many movies after this.
So did this movie
It's just all
kill
Muppets.
Jim Henson?
Well, I think he died like quite a decade or two after. I don't actually remember when he died.
I think it was more like 4 years.
Well, actually, so Hoggle was real and came to life and killed Jim Henson.
That's amazing.
You know that's what that dude would do.
I like that sequel.
Hoggle is insane.
He was the Hugglebuckus.
Hugglebuckus. So I want to know, before we get into the plot, what's this movie about? What's it saying? Like, what do you think? What's your interpretation of the film?
Oh, man. Is it
Also, I don't
that-
have the answer. But
that teenage girls have feelings? Because that's obviously not true. I don't know. I think it's it's just like a girl growing up and realizing that
coming of age story, right?
Maybe coming of age, maybe realizing that maybe I shouldn't be such a douchebag to my parents. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious.
I don't know. But it's also like a cool tale of her maybe tripping balls and having a great time.
Well, it's definitely all in her head. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. They all
Maybe.
show up at the very end. So, yeah, I'm similar. I think it's just a coming of age story where throughout the whole thing, she's seeing her flaws in the way of thinking. I mean, does it always add up
No.
properly? I don't think so. But I think as a kid, you think, oh, this girl's cool. She rules. But then by the end, you're like, oh, all I do is complain. And
She does complain a lot.
like I say, nothing's fair, but do I even know what's fair? And maybe I'm just being a spoiled brat, right? I mean, I essentially think that's what it's all about.
That's a lot of it. But I think what you really need to take away from this is never let your kids watch this movie, because she defeats David Bowie by
Yes.
saying, "I have the power."
Yes. So parents,
So kids do have the power, but you can't let them know that, or they will walk all over you.
or you're okay to let your kids watch it as long as the mother doesn't leave for David Bowie, because David Bowie has no power in this world anymore. Sadly, because he's dead,
Oh,
which is maybe the real big bummer.
he had
And,
cool
like,
hair and a giant codpiece, though.
God, that is wild that they chose to do that. I mean, what are we thinking? I guess it's supposed to be kind of her desire for her mother's lover, I guess, or
Yeah.
sees him in a way. It tries to see him in the way that maybe the mother sees him, because he's the bad guy just because in real life that's the guy that her mother left her father for.
Oh yeah.
So I think there's just some sort of
She just
desire for him at the same time. Can you stop?
yeah, it's super weird. It's trying to
He doesn't have any.
I think we might need a girl on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because how do you understand feelings? I don't.
Well, I don't know. You don't have to be a girl to
know.
understand feelings, Jason. You just gotta have some,
No,
bro.
no. Like to understand the
Female experience.
to the emotional experience of being a teenage girl and trying to adapt to the power you have over men.
Mhm.
Yeah, my daughter does it in a cool way. She says she wants to have her own cult. I'm all for it.
That's really cool
I'm all
and
for
scary.
it. It is a little scary.
What type of cult?
You know what? I'm just gonna let her flesh that out.
Okay. Keep a close eye. Just make sure it doesn't get too weird. it's just people hanging out and having a good time, good cult.
No
As long as
Kool-Aid.
she doesn't become
Yeah.
power hungry, should be okay.
Oh, that's the whole reason you have a cult.
Hey, well, that and to make money, right? Just treat everybody okay. Make your money by making people do everything for you.
Sure. Yeah, I think we're just kind of just uncovering the tip of the iceberg here.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait till you figure it out. I really hope it works out for you and your daughter. Well, let's hop in, dog. Why am I saying dog? I get real weird when I get on the microphone. I say
It's
dog
fine.
and bro and bro
Bro
so much.
And dog and yeah, it's fine.
Which I first started saying bro, ironically, 15 years ago. And now all I do is say bro.
Now it's canon.
It's canon. It's my canon point. Or whatever is in Across the Spider-Verse. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. We start off with an owl flying around. That owl is the first CGI animal ever to be in a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know, and that's why it looks bad. No, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, for an 80s movie. Because, right, this is 1981?
I thought it was 86. I'm not sure.
Oh, God, here we go. We gotta look it up. Labyrinth. 86, you're right. Correct. Jason's smart. I'm a dumb doo-doo head. So we see Sarah played by the one and only Jennifer Connelly. She's in the park rehearsing play.
Rehearsing for a play that she's not going to audition for or something.
Yeah, even though it is essentially describing the movie.
I guess.
And she's like doing this. She's speaking lines from this play. And she can't remember the final line.
Oh, man.
You have no power over me.
Yeah. I think she probably wrote this herself.
Tell him, boy, bye. Yeah, I don't know.
She's LARPing in the woods by herself.
It seems like it might be something she's doing herself.
I think.
But then later she has the book and it's like an actual book. And
Okay.
You didn't see this on Broadway? You didn't see this book?
What?
But it starts raining. Sarah's late to get home to babysit her brother.
Oh, no.
She's scolded by the evil stepmother who's just a regular woman who's being nice and just upset.
Yeah, she's totally okay. Like,
No, I guess we're not supposed to like her because she makes Ambrosia go to the garage.
Ambrosia.
If Ambrosia dies in this movie, I die in this movie. But it's pretty cool that they have a garage for the dog to be in, though. It's not like she's saying stay out in the water.
That's where the dog keeps all his cars.
Well, with that, John, yeah. But she runs upstairs to sulk. We see objects in the room that throughout the film we'll see later. You can see Ludo.
Isn't there a Little Mermaid poster?
I think so. A Cats poster. You got all those things, which is rules.
I love it.
Can't wait to do cats on this podcast. Coming soon, promise.
Plus buttholes.
Yeah, we're gonna have the butthole cut.
Have
you ever seen Cats?
Nope.
Oh my God, I can't wait. We'll have to watch that one together.
All right.
I'll have to come over one night and just get drunk.
Okay.
And watch it with me.
I'm down.
So the father's gonna go talk to her, and she's at the door, and he's just trying to talk to her normal. And she's like, "Wow, you really wanted to talk to me? You practically broke down the door." It's like, dude, chill out, lady. And she's supposed to be 16, but she's acting like, what, a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Right, she's acting so young.
Real bad at doing things.
Yeah.
Human things.
So Sarah's little stuffed animal's missing, Lancelot, and it's in Toby's room. And she's acting like Toby's this like 5-year-old brat, but he's just a little baby. So she
barely
needs
a
to chill
toddler, out. Can't go in your room by himself.
I know.
Take your shit.
He's probably in the room while your mom was cleaning your room, little spoiled brat.
God, she sucks so much right now.
So she's like picking up Toby. She starts acting out the play and start saying like wanting Toby to be taken by the goblins. And it's intercut with all the like a wall of goblins being like, yes, say it. Yeah. She's so close. But because Sarah sucks, she says the wrong words.
Oh.
And they're like, no, it's so easy. Just say the right words. But she ends up saying the correct words, and Toby stops crying as she exits the room.
He's like, thank God, get me away from my sister.
Right. Ugh, let me
Put
hang
me in
out
the
with
hands
Jarrett.
of a rock star with a codpiece.
Right? It's where we all want to be. And then when she goes checks on him, he is gone. And she's like,
finally
looking for him. All the goblins are skittering around.
Now
She's
I
not
can
seeing
get
him.
a boyfriend.
Yeah. And my gosh.
No, she doesn't do that.
But Al breaks into the house, and that Al that we saw at the beginning was actually Jareth, played by David Bowie.
Dang.
She's all like, I want my brother back.
Yep.
Jareth tries to convince her to forget Toby, offers the crystal ball so she can see her future and whatnot.
Look at my balls, chick.
Yeah. And then we transition to the dream world. She's gone. She has to go to the castle through the maze to get Toby back. She has 13 hours to get her brother.
Simple.
See, why did Jareth take her to this place? I mean, he could have just stopped it completely. That's how you know it's a dream.
I guess.
Because the moral of the story is you can do anything as long as everybody that's in your way is constantly helping you out and doing everything for you.
This is true.
So every time she's stuck, oh, dang. Well, one of the bad guys comes up. Now do something wrong so that she can get past.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's getting ready to go to the maze and like the castle. She stops. She's like, well, come on, feet. It's like, what? Who says that? That's so ridiculous.
People who don't know how to,
Right.
I guess.
All right, feet, start.
Let's go, feet.
I have no control over you.
Do you not first sit down on your feet? And you're like, we've been through a lot together.
Well, usually, so I sit, like when I sit down in a chair, I sit and I go, okay, but relax. Let me enjoy sitting.
But you say it with your mind.
No, I say it out loud. Okay. I'm just like her. I go, okay, hand, pick up fork. All right, mouth, chew.
I like it.
But we go from one ridiculous thing to the next.
No way.
We see Hoggle peeing in some water.
Oh, gross.
What are you talking? What are we talking about?
Is this public property?
How is this how we start meeting like the second main character? He's just peeing in some water.
Oh man.
What was
maybe he
I want to
had
know the train of thought.
He probably had a lot to drink the night before.
And
he just woke up from like a binger.
I'm assuming someone was just, how should we meet Hoggle? Should he just be walking around? Well, it's a kid's movie. Maybe we should have him taking a leak in the water.
Yeah.
And then whenever he goes to put away his penis, we should also have him looking like he's shaking it and putting it back in his pants. Because we couldn't just have him like put it in there normal. He's got to shake around a little bit and doing it.
He's got to pretend like it's real big.
It's just a weirdly graphic like part of a movie where it's just like, okay, what's happening?
What if he would have gotten it stuck in his zipper like something about Mary?
Yeah, that would be great.
The beans above the frick.
She's like, Sarah, why are you thinking this? But if you think about it, she, in her head, thought, I'm going to meet a weird little creature and I'm going to have him peeing in a pond.
Yeah.
I mean, it's her dream. She's a freak.
I'm just glad it wasn't, at least it didn't pee on anyone else.
I guess. I mean, who knows?
We're getting into the dark crevices of Jim Henson's mind brain.
But we meet him. He's a hard and untrustworthy guy. He has no pride. So he keeps saying. She's all like, I want to see the door. It's like, you're not asking the right questions. Like, can you show me the door? That's the right question. I'm like, dude, she essentially just asked that.
Well, she just doesn't know how to like talk to other people.
Yeah, grown-ups.
I guess. Or like she's a brat, but she's also, I don't know. This is gross.
She's stubborn.
She's stubborn. Yeah.
So she goes into the maze. She goes right, runs down a path that literally goes forever. This is the first scene that is essentially just like 5 minutes of someone running around. Nothing happening.
Totally sweet.
But there's a lot of shots of her walking, and she's like taking for granted that it goes on forever. It's like a line from it. Like she says, I don't know, it's weird.
She's like, I'm taking for granted how long this tunnel goes.
It's because it's like, I don't know.
Because she just has to say everything she does.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we meet the best character in the whole story, William the Worm, baby.
He's awesome. He's so cute.
He's so cool, and he really wants to have some tea and crumpets with her. To the point where it's weird.
It is.
It's like, what are you trying to take her back there into your house for, dude? You little freak.
Why don't you want to have tea and crumpets with this worm?
Yeah, because every like couple of sentences, I'm assuming it's supposed to be the idea of, a tea party, stuffed animal wanting to have tea. Oh, you should come have tea and not worry about responsibilities and what you're doing.
Did this girl ever see Alice in Wonderland? Most likely.
I don't think so.
She
She's
had
too
to.
busy riding plays.
Like, with her dog, Ambrosia.
But I love Worm. He's so polite. He's so nice. He's got a weird little voice.
He's got sweet hair.
And he's very confusing. But at this part,
don't go that way.
He's like,
don't go down that road.
I don't want to go down that road. Not that one. Should have gone down that road.
Oh, wheezy.
But he says to her, just no, walk straight. It's like, there's a wall. Just walk straight. And then us watching the movie looks like just a wall until she walks through it and walks out. And it's so trippy and good. Yeah. It's insane how well it like lines up.
It looks cool.
And she starts going one way. He's like, no, don't go that way. Go this way. And then she goes that way. Shouldn't have gone that way.
She would have gone that way.
It's like, what are you talking about, Worm? Get your life together.
I know. He just wants some tea and crumpets with somebody.
I know. That's it.
That's it.
But then we see Toby hanging out with some goblins. He's all crying.
Poor
and
Toby.
Then David Bowie just starts singing Magic Dance. Magic Dance.
He knows that he's good with kids.
It's an insane.
That's why they chose him.
It's such an insane scene, though. Just starts throwing the baby in the air like as high as can be. And so I guess whenever he went to write the song for this, he tried to get the baby to like gurgle and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
you got to whip it.
So he'd like pinch it. And he said he like kicked the kid. But
yeah, right. You got to hit it with something.
But it wouldn't work. So he makes the baby noises himself in it.
It's probably a better idea to begin with.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But we're back to Sarah. Sarah notices she's like walking in this castle maze area. She's putting like lipstick markings on the ground. But every time she puts one up, a little critter pops out.
A little critter goblin comes out. He turns the arrow around to confuse her. That's his job.
Yeah, and he's really cool.
He's really good at it.
And she doesn't notice at all.
Nope.
So it's like, can all those tiles be moved, or does it just happen to be the one that she's
a critter?
Like, I bet someone would only put an X on this spot. So we're just gonna leave this to be one that we can turn around. And then we meet the door guards. Got like giant shields. There's like two of them. One's at the bottom, one's at the top. And there's two of them blocking the door. One tells a lie and one tells the truth. And she's got to trick them to figure out which door it is. And it's the right door. She like tricks them with well, she asks the one.
Have you actually gone through this logic that they present?
Well, I do try to figure out this part because it's really confusing.
It is very confusing.
So she asks the one on the left. It's like, would he tell me that the door on the left is the wrong door? And so he has to figure out whether he can't lie or he can lie. But either way, whatever he says gives away that the right door is right.
Okay.
Even though I'm not sure that is the correct door because she immediately falls down. Right.
Well,
but it's weird in this movie. She always takes the right path.
Okay.
She always turns right or she goes through the right door. Because in both doors that she goes through, she takes the right. It's really weird. I don't know. Just something I noticed. But so she goes, she falls in a hole. This is where we meet the helping hands.
The super helpful hands.
Yes.
That say, take me up or down.
And she's like, well, I guess I'll just go ahead and go down. And apparently that is the wrong choice, I guess.
Why?
Because then she ends up in the oubliette.
I like that word.
Oubliette? Oubliette?
I don't know.
I think it's oubliette.
I like the word.
Please don't beat me up if it's wrong.
The oubliette.
Oubliette. Oubliette.
I played a game on the Switch called Oubliettes. It's super fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. Little dancing
what do you do?
Days. You have dance battles with your little Pokemon.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Is it an actual Pokemon game?
No, they're not Pokemon.
Okay, but they look like Pokemon.
They're basically Pokemon, but the only way they fight is through dance battles, and it's amazing.
That's awesome.
Please continue.
She's in the oubliette. Hoggle is with her. He's like, she's wondering, what is this? He's like, you're in an oubliette. Oh, an oubliette. You don't even know what that is. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Nobody
then
knows
he's like, it's a place to put people to forget about them.
Oh, like prison.
Yes.
Why didn't they just say prison?
So he's supposed to lead her to the start of the maze, but she entices him to lead her as far as possible with a plastic bracelet. because he doesn't know
He
what plastic
loves
is.
shiny stuff.
Yes, even if they're fake, 'cause he just doesn't know.
Man, what an idiot.
So he's
Hoggle.
leading her out, and then we go to the like hallway of false alarms.
I think this just shows like the lack
Love
of
this part.
leadership with David Bowie.
Yeah.
He just doesn't offer any
He
kind
really
of
does. He just sits
education.
around, watches
for his
his
dudes.
crystal ball.
He just loves his balls.
He loves his balls.
Anyway,
But this is the farce alarm. Farce.
the farce
The
alarm.
farce alarm.
It works.
The false alarm hallway. And I love it because they're all just trying to talk and they're like, shut up. You don't have to give us these alarms. It's like, sorry, just doing my job.
Yeah.
And then one wants to talk and it's like, can I please say it? I never get to say it anymore. And it says it. So you can say it, but we're just not going to believe you.
Yeah. Because they got a job to do, just like everybody else.
Yeah. And then they get out of the little hallway. Jareth meets them in the tunnel. He's like pretending to be a little goblin and pops up. It's really cool reveal.
Yeah.
Asks why Hoggle is leading her to the castle. And if he helps Hoggle, he'll be sent to the bog of eternal stench.
Dang, nobody wants to go there. But couldn't he just been like, David, do you see this bracelet? Like, this could be yours.
You know how much I could get for this plastic bracelet? A penny.
No. Yeah. I feel like David Bowie should be more empathetic to his goblin bros.
That's true. I mean, he doesn't treat them right,
He doesn't
obviously.
even know what they like.
Yeah. He doesn't know anything about him. He doesn't know his name.
I know.
Calls it like horrible.
What a jerk.
So, and Sarah, being like a snooty little kid, tells Jareth that the labyrinth is a piece of cake. So Bowie moves the clock like 6 hours
And
forward.
he turns it into an episode of Is It Cake?
Yes.
And it is all cake.
It is indeed cake. Hosted by Mikey Day, one of the worst game show host judges ever. But this is the part where she says, this isn't fair. And Jareth says, like, not fair. You say that so often. I wonder what your basis of comparison is. Such a good line. And then they're attacked by the cleaners. Just some puppets with a giant drill.
Yeah, it's super sweet. Like, what are they cleaning?
I don't know. I'm assuming he just kills people in there.
Yeah, it just kills the things that are alive.
It's so funny.
It's the sanitizers from the Holocaust.
What?
Hey, Jesse, let's not bring the Holocaust into this
I
movie.
did.
Okay.
You just like...
And they get all German and crazy later.
You just kind of randomly threw that in. I was barely listening at that point, and then I started Holocaust. I was like, wait, what?
I don't like how you're leading me down these tunnels like a labyrinth into your messed up mind maze.
Anywho, if you put your foot in the bog of stench, you'll smell forever.
You stink forever.
That's why Hoggle doesn't want to go. Hoggle tries to leave Sarah, but Sarah steals his jewels because they were able to escape.
Yeah.
The cleaners or whatever. And so they're out running around. They're like, where are we going? And then all of a sudden, this wise man walks up and sits on a bench with a bird on his head or whatever.
Super sweet.
His head is half bird. I don't know. Something weird.
I don't know.
And so they're asking for directions. Sarah calls Hoggle her friend. He's like, whoa. And when they ask for directions, the old man's like, the way forward is sometimes the way back. We seem like we aren't getting anywhere when we actually are. So Hoggle has never had a friend before. We hear, and he's like,
feel you, Hoggle.
He's like, why'd you call me your friend? Never had one of those. Then we hear Ludo screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, he sounds like Arnold. That was a great Arnold impersonation. Holy crap, when did Arnold get in here? Whoa, Terminator, get out of here. Sheesh. Governor of California? Are you serious? But we see Ludo. He's tied upside down. He's getting poked by sticks.
No, nobody wants that.
And he sees Sarah and summons some rocks for her to throw at him. And these little goblin guys are hilarious and awesome. And they destroy each other, and it's great. So she rescues them. They become friends. Then we meet the two door knockers.
Yeah.
And essentially you just have to pick which door to knock on. I don't know. It's weird. And I do love it, though, because they take the like the little ring out of the one's mouth and they're talking.
Yeah.
And then before she's gonna use it to knock on the door, she looks over at Ludo and he's got it in his mouth like it did. And it's so cute. I love it. It's so
Ludo's
funny.
so good. I love it.
So they open the right door.
The far right.
So they're walking through the woods, then all of a sudden Ludo like falls into a hole because everybody's always falling into holes in this movie.
So many holes.
Sarah's calling in the woods for Hoggle's help, and then Jareth warns him not to help again because Jareth tells him to give a magic peach to her so that she'll forget everything.
Magic peach.
Yes.
Date rape jug.
So Sarah
she'll forget everything.
Oh my gosh, Jason, you're so crazy. You're so crazy. Yeah, but I mean, essentially, he wants to take a bite out of a peach. It's real weird.
Sure.
Real weird imagery.
Like a Snow
here.
White kind of thing. Like,
but
not.
We have to talk about this next part and how ridiculous it is. And I feel like it was just completely added in because they had these creatures and had no way of just shoving them in the movie.
Oh, yes. I know what you're
So
talking
we
about.
decide that we're going to make a really bad song.
They need it.
And put it in there and put awful green screen behind them. And the conversion between the real puppets and the green screen in the back looks terrible. Doesn't match. Should have been cut from the movie because she runs into the fireys.
Yeah, really weird. And nobody knows.
Sometimes you just got to chilly down now, you know? Because that's their song.
Is there like a formula for like how many musical numbers you need in a movie?
I think they just made the puppets, man, and they're like, well, we got to add them in. And
we got to.
Oh, let's have some random person make a really bad
24
song.
million out of the 25 million went to these puppets.
Like, here's the thing. The music in this movie all kind of sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Magic Dance rules, obviously. No one's going to say it doesn't rule. But the rest of the stuff, anytime it comes down, I'm like, I just want to fast forward it.
Yeah.
I do like the song when they're in the little relativity painting.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Running around. I do like that song. But man, this scene is awful.
It's terrible.
They're trying to rip off her head.
Like everybody's head, they're just switching heads on each other.
Yeah. I mean, that part's cool. Wait, hold on. Is this part actually good?
Did this just become cool?
Is this good now? Did I just change my mind? You know what? This is my favorite part of the movie.
I just talked myself into it. I don't like it now.
But so she throws off all their heads. And they're like, where are you going with a head like that? We're going to take your head off now. But she escapes with the help of Hoggle.
You know, I bet there's some very poetic reason why this scene is still in the movie. And we're just two bros that don't understand.
No, I just don't think there was any reason
no,
to
there
be
really
isn't.
isn't.
I mean, it really could have used this cut too, because the movie is an hour and 40 minutes. And man, if we just cut down on some of the running around scenes and this, it'd be a perfect hour and a half.
Yeah.
And be a perfect movie.
It would have been much better.
That's my only cuts.
Maybe like
cut this.
Like cut this 15-minute scene for a 30-second scene with some comedy.
They should have just added them like in the Goblin Town or something.
Bring the worm back.
Yes, I would just cut away for like 15 minutes of the worm and his wife just having tea and crumpets.
Yeah.
I'd have loved it.
Yeah. Like the Fantastic Mr. Fox style animation.
Yes.
Just shove that in there.
Dude. We fixed it. The movie's fixed. We did it, Jason. Jim Henson, send us money from your grave.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
So Hoggle saves her. And earlier in the film, Hoggle was told that if she kisses him, he'll go to the bog of stench.
Gross.
So
girls got cooties, y'all.
Yo, she kisses him. And they are in the bog of stench. And there's farts everywhere.
Farts.
Everybody's farting. They fall off a ledge, almost fall in the fart pits. They find Ludo. Everybody's like, it stinks. And then the second best character shows up.
Yeah, I would say second
Sir Didymus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He's a pimp.
Dog riding another dog.
Is it a fox? Or is it supposed to be like a
I thought he was a terrier.
Terrier?
Like a little...
Like Yorkshire Terrier or something
Yorkie
like that.
riding just a slightly larger Yorkie Maybe.
Well, that's a Shaggy dog.
Shaggy.
Whatever they.
Whatever.
That's Tim Allen as a Shaggy dog.
What?
Secretly.
Oh yeah.
You remember he's Tim Allen's in Shaggy Dog?
Oh yeah.
The remake.
Okay. The sequel to this movie, obviously.
He guards Didymus.
Bringing him back.
He guards the path that leads away from the stench. Him and Ludo have this fight. Didymus is like, I've never met a match like this before until now. Now we're brothers. And they try, so you have to, he can't let anybody go across the bridge. Sarah's like, well, can't you let us across? It's like, no, I have to give you permission. She's like, well, do you give me permission? Yes. Come on, let's go.
You know, I've never thought about it.
But the bridge collapses. Ludo summons boulders. We see that Sir Didymus calls for Ambrosia to ride, and they leave. So then Sarah says that she is hungry, so Hoggle gives her the peach, and she forgets what she is doing. And then Jareth sends out these crystal balls to put her in a dream state where she envisions she's at a ballroom dancing around with Jareth at a masquerade like ball.
It's super weird.
So weird. Way too long.
They wait, yeah. And then
too much like eye fucking between them.
A lot of that going on. But she decides that she doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Kudos
she says,
to you, Jennifer.
She snaps out of it and falls into a junkyard.
Oh, man.
Hoggle is sad about his actions.
She fell into my house.
Hoggle's like, I lost my only friend. It's really sad. Then Sarah meets the junkyard lady.
It's sweet. I love this lady.
Oh, she's wild.
I love her.
And she has Lancelot, the teddy bear. So the lady leads her to Sarah's room and starts piling junk on her.
She's like,
turning her into her.
You need all this stuff.
Yes, all this is very important. You don't want to throw this away. You need this.
Flopsy.
You don't want to throw this away. This is something that you need.
Oh, you need it.
Oh, you love this, don't you? Oh, you love this too. Let me put it on your back. Was that good? Was that her?
Was that
perfect.
That was amazing.
Did I nail it?
You nailed it.
Snake, lick yourself if you think it's good. He's not licking.
This episode, we need to do like an episode of Hoarders on this movie, on this lady.
Right? I mean, it's essentially hoard. Yeah.
She owns like 1,000 acres of just junk.
Yeah.
And I think she would be a really good candidate.
It's wild.
But I do like her.
Yeah.
She's kind of quirky and awesome. But like she's in a room and like everything just starts caving into her room.
Yeah, because Sarah realizes she doesn't need any of this stuff. Because she like picks up the Labyrinth book and she's like, oh, I'm dumb. This is in my head. So let's crumble this room so I can escape.
Yeah.
And then as the walls crumble, Ludo and Didymus help. You got Hoggle in the background creeping.
Creeping so hard. That's his job.
And they reach the castle and Didymus is like screaming at the castle door. Let me in!
I love his tenacity.
He's just like wailing on the sleeping guard who still doesn't wake up. They're like, Didymus, dude, shut up. We're trying to sneak in. They get in the Goblin City. The doors just open right up. And then this second set of doors closes, and now they're giant robots.
Yeah.
It's like a robot troll thing.
Super sweet. I don't know what
they're like running around. Didymus is getting his butt whooped. Ambrosia's super scared, just turning into a dog and a puppet dog.
Yeah.
Just shaking, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, shaking so hard.
But Hoggle, like, is on top of the gate somehow.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe just help them do that. I don't know. But he saves them by jumping on the little robot and takes his helmet off and just throws this one goblin off. It's hilarious. And he takes control of the suit and loses control and destroys it by losing control. Hoggle explains to him that Jareth made him give the peach. The group accepts him back, and now that we're all a group of friends.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
He only tried to date rape me.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work.
Doesn't always work.
Not 100%.
Just keep bringing it back to that, Jason.
I'm sorry. You know what? A lot of other books and series, they make peaches out to be like this poisonous bad thing. I've always loved peaches, and I don't like this anti-peach
rhetoric.
I really don't, and that it pisses me off.
Have you ever just eaten a peach like that?
Yeah.
Or have they always been in cans? I've only eaten them in cans. I've never ate like a peach like that.
Up your peach life. Get a peach.
Okay.
Eat it. You
Hey.
can eat this. You can wash it. You can eat the
You know-
skin if you want to.
We're going to pause the podcast. Okay, we're back.
We're going to listen to millions of peaches. Peaches for me.
Good peach. That was a bit. I don't know if anybody noticed. It's a really good bit by
The canned
me.
peaches are better. I will agree. Anyway.
I love them. They're a little too sweet for me.
Like soaked in sugar, though.
Yeah. So they decide to go further into the city, and Jareth orders the goblins to stop them. They are surrounded and attacked by goblins. And Didymus is a straight up G in this part.
It rules.
He's like, you had enough, have you?
Cannot
Love it. Oh, and all the goblins are so funny in this.
Awesome. This is
you got the
awesome
one
scene.
Cannonball goblin who gets shot out of the cannonball and it hits into the wall, and he's like, "Did I hit something?" It's so good.
And the whole set for this scene is amazing. Like the houses that just like crumble and fall, and like
Ludo goes into a house. He's like, how will Ludo fit in? Opens the entire wall. It's so good.
Yeah, it rocks. And you got the goblins that are dressed up like World War II Germans with the machine guns.
And then you have some that are dressed as like, I don't know, medieval time knights.
They don't know what they're doing.
It's weird. It's
There's
all over
no
the place.
leadership here in this world, Jareth.
It's like everything in Sarah's mind that she ever saw on TV was put into this.
She has no idea what history is. Yeah, I think. If this is her idea of history,
she's wrong.
She's super wrong.
Yeah. So Sarah, Ludo, and Hoggle are trapped in the house, and then Ludo calls for boulders because
that's his job.
The key way to escape is have Ludo call some boulders.
Ludo, he talks to rocks.
Yeah, he's a rock talker.
He's a rock guy. I guess he's like I almost said geometrist, but that's not.
No, he's a geologist. An archaeologist, maybe.
No, he's got a PhD in rocks.
PhDs, these nuts. Right. Got him. He's dead. Murdered. Right on
Killed
audio.
God. Nailed it.
The cops are coming. I can hear them. I'm being sarcastic. So they escape and enter the castle. Sarah says she has to do it alone. The gang's like, okay, I don't see why.
Super weird. We got here with all this together the whole
If you didn't really need us, we could have just left, but whatever,
Thanks
I guess.
A lot, girl.
But the gang is sad to see her go. But she gets stuck in a staircase maze that looks like the painting Relativity.
Gosh, yeah.
Which is also already in her room earlier.
Oh, yeah. Which was probably real confusing. Being
is a dope
misogyny, blah, blah, blah.
What did I miss?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's like... So she gets stuck in the staircase maze. She confronts Jareth. They have this whole song. He says he has done everything. He says she has done everything you ask. She begins saying the line from Labyrinth. They're running around all these staircases. It's like 5 minutes long. It's ridiculous.
Super crazy, scary time to be a father or the owner of a baby.
Baby just climbing upstairs upside down. It's crazy. Jareth tries to offer everything she wants. She finally remembers the line, "You have no power over me." Jareth turns back into an owl, and she is back in her house. Toby's safe. Parents come home. She's sad. She's looking in the mirror, and there's Ludo. And then there's Didymus. She's like, I need you guys. I don't want y'all to leave. And they're all in her bed with her.
Super awesome.
And they're all partying because that's how you end a good movie.
Like
everybody parties.
Or the Lord of the Rings when everybody got in the bed and
we're all
had a
happy
great
and
time
hugged.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
At all.
This movie's good.
It is the reason I wanted to talk about this movie is because it introduced me to the Muppets, and it is just like the cult classic that I loved and I remembered from a kid. And watching it as an adult is way different.
Definitely.
Honestly.
It's way weirder.
Super weird.
Everything seems inappropriate.
It's all inappropriate. And
I will suggest if you are, let's say you got this far, you didn't watch the movie, you just like listen to people talk about movies and hang out. Watch it drunk or high.
Guaranteed.
It's fun.
Guaranteed.
I mean, you can watch it sober. Like, I watched it sober the first time. Then I was drunk the second time.
And he was like, this needs something else.
No, I like still my mouth agaped a few times during the movie watching it sober. Just like, are you serious? These are some mainly the fireys when they show up.
They're so weird. Just no.
Oh my God.
No.
I kept looking at my wife. What was that noise?
I think the podcast is over. I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know. Did my beer? It's my beer alarm.
I don't know. That was weird.
It's just like reminding me to drink some more.
Okay. Well, I have no idea where I was at. So
you were talking about how cool the ending of the movie was, or something. No.
Yeah, sure. No, it's a good movie. Like, it was the rechargeable batteries. Man, this is really good podcasting. Oh my gosh.
They're so charged.
I'm leaving all this in, so I hope y'all are enjoying it. Well, I guess got any other words you want to throw out about this movie?
No, I just
any themes you want to talk about?
Themes.
I think we already did that pretty well.
Yeah, no, I thought it was so cool as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It was better than Kevin Bacon dancing in a warehouse.
That's true.
As a child.
I mean, barely better, but better.
Just a little bit. I think there's just a little bit more creativity than that.
Right here. I'm putting you on the spot. David Bowie, Patrick Swayze, Kevin Bacon.
You talking about Kill, Fuck, Marry?
Fuck, Marry, Kill, yeah. You were there, but you said it wrong. So go. Who?
Kill Kevin Spacey.
No, it's not Kevin Spacey.
Not Kevin Spacey.
We should kill Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey, a good candidate to kill.
Kill after I'm
Patrick
done.
Swayze. Kevin Bacon. David Bowie.
Definitely fuck David Bowie.
Okay.
Kill Kevin
Bacon.
Who's the other one?
Patrick Swayze.
God. Kill Patrick Swayze. He had a pretty bad death. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna kill Kevin Bacon and marry Patrick Swayze just to get that.
Me and you are on the exact same page. That's exactly my choice.
You remember Ghost? How romantic he was?
Yeah, he's hot.
Oh man.
He's hot. And I do like David Bowie, but it's like, I'd be like, okay, your shtick is
it's a one and done.
It's just like, look, it was really cool. I could bone David Bowie.
You're too
weird.
Clingy. You want to steal my babies.
Stop making songs about me, David. Jeez. I know modern love's about me.
Children, I can't take it anymore.
But yeah, no, Swayze's like the ultimate heartthrob from the 80s, so you gotta pick him.
And the ultimate surfer.
Yeah.
As we find out later.
Yes. In 2 to 3 more episodes when we do Point Break. So let's do some ending stuff. I would like to thank Joey Prosser.
Joey Prosser, thank you so much for the
Prosser,
music.
not Proster. Not like Proster exam.
Not like prostate?
Yeah, it's not like that. Prosser.
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 Like Prosse.
Prosser. Prosser.
Thank you, Joey Prosser, for the music.
Intro and outro theme.
We love it.
You can follow him on Twitter at Mr. Joey Prosser. He's a cool guy. Like, hit him up. Be like, yo, what up? Nice beats.
Slide into those DMs.
It very much fits with the Thing podcast because it sounds a lot like it. And then follow us on Twitter at werecommendpod. Follow me on Letterboxd, where my thing is DA Jesse James. So follow me there. I use it quite often now. And then we have a Facebook page. Podge? We have a Facebook page.
We have a Podge too.
We have a Podge. Go follow us, like us on there. Listen to us on any platform. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Stitcher. It's going away. Whatever. iHeartRadio. Anywhere.
True social media. Not really.
I don't even...
No.
Oh, is that the Republican Facebook?
We don't do that one.
Yeah, we're not on there, but I don't know how to get on there. So
I don't think we can.
I don't think I'm allowed. I think it knows I voted Democrat last election, so they're gonna kill me now.
So Joey's address
Yeah.
Joey.
So, yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
at We Recommend Pod, whatever. And then rate us, follow us, do all the things. And come back next week where I recommended Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
Ow! And I haven't listened to it yet, so hopefully we don't have to re-record it.
really
Wow, 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 wow.
We do. Don't not.
But so thanks for listening. I've been Jesse.
I'm in Jason.
And thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
This has been the We Recommend Pod. Bye.
Bye.